Hello. 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 Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is your name, madam?
Alia, sir.
Alia. Okay. Very good. But you didn't join last class, I think.
Yes, sir. I have exam, so I cannot able to join the class.
Okay. What is this paper title? Do you have any idea about that paper title?
No, sir.
That paper title is you have a textbook, na? Do you have a textbook?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The title is History of People's Movement in Modern India.
Yes, sir.
History of People's Movements in Modern India.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Today we will discuss about that pre-trade and decline of handcrafts. The title name. Today we will discuss the unit number 2.
Okay, sir.
Unit number 2, the title name is Pre-Trade and Decline of Handcrafts. Okay, do you have any idea about that handcrafts, madam? Hello?
Sir.
Handcrafts, handicrafts. That activity making attractive objectives by hand, like weavers, spinning weavers. Do you have any idea about the spinning weavers? Okay. That before you are discussing that pre-trade and decline of handcrafts, you learn about that early European trade. European trade means that European countries, most of the European countries came to India for trade. For example, Portuguese, French, Dutch, and British. These people came to India. Primarily, these people came to India for trade. But from ancient times onwards, India had trade relations with other countries through land. That India had trade relations with other countries through land. But when Turkey occupied Constantinople in 1453, after that land route closed. From that time onwards, not only India, but also other Europe countries also, they tried to search for sea route for trade. In the process, Christopher Columbus discovered America in 1492. And at the same time, Vasco da Gama, sailor, he came from Portuguese. First, he came to India. Particularly, he landed in Calicut. At that time, that Jamaican king was ruled that Calicut. That Calicut king gave permission to him After that, when that king gave permission to Vasco da Gama, he established factories and trade centers in Calicut, especially for spicy. They carried mostly they concentrated on spicy crop. Gradually, Portuguese established trading depots, factories in various places in India, especially Calicut and Cochin and Goa and Dayo and Daman. Mainly they established more factories in these areas in India, and that country, that the Portuguese country invented sea route to India. First, this is the Portuguese is the first country from Europe invented sea route to India. After that, earlier I said that Vasco da Gama came to India and met that Jamarin and gave permission to establish their factories. And he actually came to India and entered into Calicut area in 1498. With 3 ships. He came to India with 3 ships. Is considered as the beginning of new era in the world history, especially in Asia and Europe. After the Portuguese, and immediately that Dutch East India Company also entered into India. That company also formed one company. That company name is Dutch East India Company in 1602, and established various factories for trading. Especially, they established factories at Surat, Brochi, Kambe, Nagapatnam, Machilipatnam, Chinsura, Patna, and Agra. This country, the Dutch country established their first factory at Machilipatnam in 1605. Mainly, that Pulicat was their main center from 1606. That is located near that Pulicat center, located near Nellore district in Andhra Pradesh. After that, the Dutch power began to decline and finally collapsed in the Battle of Bidar in 1759. Finally, Dutch was defeated by British. First starting, that Portuguese, when that Turkey occupied that Constantinople, and immediately India, one side India and another side other European countries tried to search for trade, for sea route for trade. In the process, first that Portuguese, and next one Dutch, and third one French, and third one British, and fourth one French came to India for doing trade. Okay, next one, that French was the last Europeans to appear in the Indian shore. Though they engaged in the trade with the East since the beginning of the 16th century. This French East India Company was formed in 1664. that French East India Company, like British East India Company, like Portuguese East India Company, like that. This French East India Company also formed in 1664. They also established various factories in various places in India, mainly Surat, Machilipatnam, Chandarnagar, and Pondicherry. These places, they mainly they focused in these places, and they established factories, and they did trade from these centers, these factories. Okay, French and British both came to India for trading purpose. Not only French and British, all the European countries came to India for trading only. And both and French and Portuguese, all the countries fight each other. Finally, that British got power and established power in Indian subcontinent. Now you discuss about that establishment of British Empire in India. Already last class I said about that East India Company. That East India Company, a group of merchants came under the one umbrella called that. They formed one organization. That organization called East India Company, British East India Company. When they formed a British East India Company, immediately they got permission from Queen Elizabeth I. After that, they entered into Asia and especially in India for trading. This East India Company established in London on 31st December 1600. Hello, are you understand? Aliyah? Hello? Hello? Are you listening? Listen.
Yes, sir.
Respond.
Okay, sir.
Please respond.
Okay,
please
sir.
open that. You have to take that screenshot. Please open that video, please. Aliyah.
Not Alia, sir. Alia has left the meeting, sir.
Okay, what is your name?
Tilottama, sir.
Oh, Tilottama, you joined lately.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You take one screenshot.
Okay, sir.
Please open that. And when did you join, Tilottama? Hello?
Hello, sir.
When did you join?
Around 5 minutes, sir.
Did you listen that lesson?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Already last time you discussed about that British
Market
East India
policies.
Company.
Yes, sir.
Today the topic is pre-trade and decline of the
Kind of
handcrafts.
handicrafts. Yes, sir.
And handicrafts. So do you have any idea about that handicrafts means that activity making attractive objectives by hand only?
Yes, sir. Artistic skills of
India have traditional handcrafts factories once upon a time. Okay, when that
Yes, sir.
Britishers introduced policies, especially various policies, from the time onwards, that traditional industries declined. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just now, okay, now you discuss that today we are discussing unit 1 and unit 2, unit 2 and unit
Yes,
3.
sir.
Last class discussed about that unit 1. Today
Yes, sir.
we are planning to finish that unit 2 and unit 3. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's already last time you said that you also gave good answers that
Yes, sir.
East India Company, that this is very very important point, that East India Company established 31st December 1600 in London.
Yes, sir.
This is not government organization. This is private organization. Some of the merchant people formed one organization. After that, they gave permission from British Elizabeth Crane one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, all the European countries were established factories in India
Yes, sir.
for that
Portuguese,
text
Dutch,
mainly.
French.
Tell me.
That only, sir. Portuguese, Dutch, French.
Yes. They starting. They only concentrated textile industry. They
Yes, sir.
established this textile industry, and after that, once upon a time, that India very good name, famous about the textile industry. Not
Yes,
only
sir.
the textile industry, but also
Spices.
various handcraft industries. Okay.
Yes, sir.
When that when the British rule started in India, that handcrafts industries collapsed. Why the handcrafts industries collapsed? During the industrial revolution. Industrial revolution. Do you have any idea about that industrial revolution,
Yes,
Tilottama?
the formation of industries and అప్పుడప్పుడే కొత్తగా ఇండస్ట్రీస్ అన్ని స్టార్ట్ అవుతా ఉన్నాయి సార్.
Yes,
అన్ని
yes, yes, yes,
స్మాల్ స్కేల్
yes,
లో
yes.
ఉన్నవన్నీ ఇండస్ట్రియల్ గా అయిపోయాయి.
Yes. At the that started in England only first.
ఓకే సార్.
That revolution start in England only. At that time, they need raw material for their industry.
ఎస్ సార్.
They need raw material like cotton, like various raw material. They need. That's why they came to India and took raw material and taken to that their country. Okay.
ఎస్ సార్.
Why the handcrafts collapsed? Once upon a time, that Indian handcrafts industries played an important role, not only in India but also in the world. That India exported that textiles exported to other countries. At that time, that India played an important place, especially in textile industries.
Yes, sir.
Exported that handcraft goods. Other countries through sea route. They used missions and but Britishers introduced missions, modern technology missions. But that handcrafts industry used only
Hand power.
they make that things with the hand. That's
Yes,
why
sir.
within time that machine produced a number of goods, but that kind of facility not available in India. Okay,
Yes,
understand?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why that Indian handcrafts collapsed. After made goods by modern missions, which were exported goods through railway and sea to India. Then they took the raw material from India, Britishers, and made that goods with the help of missions, modern missions, and again they sent it to India for for sold those goods to the Indians. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That most of the people attracted those goods for those goods also, those goods only. But these people not interested handmade goods. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's why that they made goods by hands. If they made goods by their hands, they took more time to produce that things. Not only more time, but also more expensive also. They put more expensive also to produce that goods with especially handcrafts.
Yes, sir.
Within a short period, that Britishers produced a lot of goods. Okay, this process, this kind of process carried two phases. Here generally here company rule and crown rule and a company rule. When that company rule started, last time we discussed about the Battle of Plassey. That Battle of Plassey was happened in 1757. This is a very, very important point.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That Battle of Plassey, when the company rule started, 1757,
Yes, sir.
they continued their rule up to 1857. 1851 incident happened in the middle of the period. That incident.
1857 revolt, sir.
Very good, very good, very good. Exactly. Okay, okay. But after the Battle of Plassey, this was happened 1757. The
Yes,
company started its rule in India after the Battle of Plassey. After the Battle of Plassey, they established their rule in India. Up to they started their rule in 1757 and ended 1858.
57. 58. Yes, sir.
1858. During this period, East India Company acquired monopoly over Indian goods, especially textile. They got more power over the Indian goods, especially
Textiles, sir.
Textile. Why they concentrate on textile? That textile, Indian textile got more famous name in the world at the time. That's why they focused on textile industry only. Primarily, they focused on textile industry. During the company's rule, the British East India Company had established four main headquarters for their activities. Tilotama,
Yes,
during
sir.
the company's rule,
Four companies was established.
yes. During the company's rule, this
yes,
company's here two pages ruling are here. One is
Yes, sir. Crown
company
rule and
rule
company
and
rule.
another is crown rule. Okay,
Yes, sir.
company rule started in 1757.
1757 to 1858.
Yes. And crown rule 1858 to 1947 up to independence.
Full independence.
Okay. At the time, they need some important headquarters.
Yes, sir.
Headquarters. That's why they established four main headquarters across the Indian subcontinent.
Yes, sir. One is at Mumbai and Chennai, sir.
No. Four headquarters. That's Bengal and Bengal Presidency and Bombay Presidency, Madras Presidency, and the Northwestern provinces. These headquarters they selected for their activities, for their ruling activities, not only ruling but also trading activities. Okay.
Yes, sir.
These are important. Bengal Presidency, Bombay Presidency,
Bombay, Madras, and
Presidency,
Northwestern Province Presidency.
Northern Western provinces.
Yes.
Okay. Now we are in Madras Presidency. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Madras Presidency. Okay. We are also Madras Presidency, but the company role continued up to up to 1857 revolt.
Yes, sir.
1857 revolt. After that, that was called that Sipais Mutni.
Yes, sir.
Sipais Mutni. And our 1857 revolt. After 1858, they ruled. Finally, the company's rule ended in 1858. Next,
Yes, sir.
immediately that the crown rule started. But that crown also followed same things. What kind of things that East India Company followed? Those things only this. Crown also followed. That crown period, that 1857 to 1947, 1858 to 1947. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But the okay, they mainly focused that finally, which was expanding by connecting interior areas to the Indian subcontinent. When the British Crown started that rule in India, they introduced railways, telegrams, and seaport. These things they introduced for modern technology, for modern communication, for the development of the modern communication system. Okay. During the 1800s, India was a significant country in the world. Before the Britishers came to Indian famous in before the Britishers came to the India has famous in textile. After started their rule, they implemented several economic policies that Britishers, when they started their rule in India, they implemented several economic policies. These policies caused the decline of the Indian handicrafts. These policies caused the decline of the Indian handicrafts. Okay, gradually yes, Indian handicrafts industry workers lost their
severely
jobs.
affected, and they lost their employment.
Yes, they more previously India exported textiles. Now it
and
became export
yes,
of agricultural products. Okay, once upon this India only exported the textile things now.
Yes,
textile
sir.
Things. Now this India that England only exported that this. England brought sold that England take that raw material from India. After that, that raw material manufactured as a goods and exported to India.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Previous. Okay. This imported manufactured goods from England.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All these industries did not use machinery. All these you have traditional industries now, pottery industry and rugs industry, weaving industry, leather industry. You have India have a number of handcrafts industries. Do you have some idea? I know. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nowadays you see that Saliwal means they are weaving some clothes.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any idea about that?
Sir, they belong to weaver community.
Yes, weavers community. That's called Salivar. I think Salolu.
Yes, sir. They weave clothes and maggam work ani itla. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All these industries did not use machinery.
Yes,
How can
sir.
they develop? How can that traditional industries things goods developed things
Through hand
developed?
power
But
only వాళ్ళ ఇంటి దగ్గరే అన్ని సెట్
yeah,
చేసుకొని
yeah, yeah.
చేస్తారు సార్.
Yeah. But they don't establish more factories. More factories. These are called traditional industries. Mainly their family only involved in that work.
Yes,
They
sir.
have a very small group of industries they established. Only their family only involved in that work. Family members played an important role in traditional industries. Okay, next one, causes for deindustrialization. What are the causes for the deindustrialization? With the industrialization, British introduced modern technology and machines to manufacture of cloth. When that Britishers introduced that modern technology, especially machines, that immediately that handcrafts collapsed, industries collapsed. This made easy to produce huge quantities of product and spreaded them into the Indian subcontinent at a cheaper rate. They used that machines na at that time, and after that that goods number of goods bundles of goods they exported to India, and they sold very less rate. Do you have any idea about that less rate, Tilottama? Hello. Okay, the newly introduced railway network after the 1853 helped that English produced reach easily to the remotest corners of the country. That Britishers that introduced that when that Britishers introduced railways 1853. In 1853, the Britishers introduced railways. Primarily, states did not give support to handicrafts. This is also one of the reason to decline of traditionally handicrafts industries. One is what is the causes of that? Mainly that when that causes for deindustrialization. With the industrialization, British introduced modern machines. When they introduced modern machines, that machines produced bundles of goods, and they sell they sold that goods very less rate. Okay, this is the first second unit of the that pre-trade and decline of handcuffs. You have any doubt? Tilottama?
Yes, sir.
That's unit 2 completed.
Yes, sir.
Last time you discussed about that unit 1 and unit 2. That unit 3, the title that's agrarian policies.
Policies and land revenue settlements.
Very good, exactly correct.
Yes,
You have any idea about the agrarian agriculture? Do you have a lot of knowledge about that agriculture? I think. Okay.
Some systems were followed, sir.
Yes.
Agriculture,
agrarian policies and land revenue settlements.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Right worry system.
Okay. Now, one person earlier came, na? Joined,
Yes,
na?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Once now you take that photo. Please open that video.
I am also, sir.
Participant photo.
Again, I have to start video, sir.
Hello, Alia. Hello, please open that video. Please, you have to take that screenshot. Please, that's which will send to head office. Alia. Alia. She is in. Alia. Hello. Alia. Okay. Okay. Chilutama.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry for that. Okay. India is a agriculture country. You know about this, all the people, most of the people, in India depend
On
on
agriculture.
agriculture for their livelihood. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nearly 1/3 of the population depend on agriculture. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have land revenue was one of the major sources of income for Britishers in India. And nowadays, that states also are collecting more tax from people.
Yes, sir.
That during the time of the British rule, they collect land revenue. They collected land revenue. That land revenue means tax. Do you have? Tilotama?
Yes, sir.
That land revenue was one of the major sources of income.
Yes, sir.
Not only Britishers, but also every country and every state should need that land revenue. They need taxes. Tax
Yes, sir.
tax from the land was a major source of revenue for the kings and emperors from ancient times onwards. They depend that
Yes, sir.
mainly kings, emperors depend on tax only. If they
Yes,
don't,
sir.
if they don't get tax, they are not unable to rule that country or state. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But the ownership of pattern of land was changed over centuries, but that ownership is different. Okay.
Yes, sir.
During the kinship, that this land was divided into jagirs. Jagirs, that one, that land during the kingship, that land was divided into jagirs. So that jagirs were allotted to jagirdars. And these jagirdars split the land they got and allotted to subordinates jamindars. First, that land under the jagirdars. The jagirdars allotted that land to jamindars. That jamindars made peasants. Peasants cultivate the land in return collected part of the revenue of tax. Okay. First one,
Yes, sir.
jamindars, peasants. Here you have to learn important things here. Jamindars and peasants. That the jamindars collect tax from peasants and send it to to government. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you discuss that land revenue systems in British India.
Yes,
During
sir.
the British colonial rule, there are three major systems of land revenue.
Yes, sir.
Collection existed in India. Three major three during the British colonial rule, there were three major systems of land revenue collection. existed in India.
Yes, sir.
These were Jamindari, Raitwari, and
Raitwari,
Mahalwari.
Mahalwari.
Jamindari, Raitwari, Mahalwari. These are
Mahalwari.
very, very important. Not only in this purpose, in this your degree purpose. If you go any competitive exam, they will ask that questions that what is the Jamindar system and what is the Raitwar system and what is the Mahalwar system. These kinds of things they will ask. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the Jamindar system? This
Maybe tax
is also,
collected by Jamindar.
yes, yes. What is the Jamindar system? Now you discuss about the Jamindar system. This another name is the Jamindar system. Another name is permanent land revenue
Land
system.
revenue system.
Settlement. Okay. This Jamindari system was introduced by Karnwalis.
Yes, sir.
Jamindar. This is also a very, very important point. Who is introduced that Jamindar system in India?
Lord Cornwallis.
As Lord Collin was introduced in India in 1793. Okay,
Yes, sir.
this year also important. Where first year he was introduced this Jamindar system. He was introduced this in the provinces of Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, and Varanasi. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Main point is here. Jamindar system. What is the Jamindar system? Who was introduced that Jamindar system? Where he was introduced? When he was introduced this Jamindar system. These are important points.
Orissa and Varanasi.
Okay. First is Jamindar system, also known as permanent settlement system. Permanent settlement system. Okay. In this system, what is the main role of the Jamindars? What they were did here? They were recognized as the owner of the land. In this system, Jamindars recognized as the owner of the land.
Yes, sir.
In the system, Jamindaris were recognized as the owner of the land. British has given rights to Jamindars to collect the rent. Rent means tax from the peasants. Where they collect tax, they collect they appointed Britishers appointed Jamindars to collect tax from peasants. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's called Jamindar system.
Jamindar system.
Okay. When the Jamindars became the owners of the land, the actual farmers became tenants. What is the difference between the tenants and owners? Huh?
Jamindars are owners and they are rentals or peasants. They have to pay rent for the use of land.
Yes. The tenants, they become, these are the actual farmers.
Yes, sir.
Peasants, actual farmers. When they appointed that Jamindars, from the time onwards, that Jamindars got power from the land. Especially they got land from the peasants.
Yes, sir. And
they became owners of the land. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The tax to be paid even at the time of four crops. When if the farmers lost their crop, at the time also they collect that Britishers collect that tax from the farmers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For example, that due to some problems, farmers lost their crops. At the time they don't have money to pay the tax. Okay.
Yes,
that time also they harassed. They forced to pay the tax. The tax was to be paid in cash. The tax was paid in cash, not kind. Kind means dhanyam. Once upon a time that farmers, peasants paid that tax
In
like
cash or kind.
ధాన్యం, for example, ఓట్లు and జొన్నలు and రాగులు, this kind of things, this kind of crops they paid. But during in the system, in the Jamindar system, that farmers will pay cash only.
So no crop they pay, sir. One question, sorry.
Which one, sir?
I was asking in this Raitwari system, they're taking taxes in cash money.
Yes,
now,
yes.
Do they also take crop, like what they are growing? Do they take the harvest also? Do the zamindars collect the harvest as well as take tax? Or do they only take tax?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Yes, sir. Okay. Next, whatever the collected tax by the Jamindars, which was divided into 11 parts. From that, 1/11 of the share belong to the Jamindars, and 10/11 of the share belongs to the East India Company. This is the system of the Jamindar system. Next one, Raitwar system. Raitwar system was introduced by the Thomas Munro. Sir, what is your name, please, sir?
My name is Anurag, sir.
Okay. I have to take that screenshot, sir. We will attend that class.
Do you need me to switch on my camera?
Okay. Please open that
Camera. Okay. 1 second.
Next, Raitwar system. But the Raitwar system was when that introduced Raitwar in India, especially that one introduced in India in 1820. That Thomas Munro, that the system was introduced by Thomas Munro in 1820. He was introduced this system in starting in South India, especially in Madras Presidency. After that, which was introduced in Bombay, Berar, East Punjab, Kargo, and Assam. This is also a very important point. If you go any competitive exams, they will ask this question: Raitwar system, who established, who introduced this Raitwar system, and where it introduced the Raitwar system, when it was introduced Raitwar system. These kinds of questions they will ask. In Raitwar system, the ownership rights were handed over to the peasants only. There was no middleman. Only two people are there. One is Britishers and another one is peasants. British government collected the taxes directly from the peasants. Okay, the revenue rates of the Raitwar system, in dry land 50%, in irrigated land 60% tax they will pay. They paid at the time. In this system, peasants had ownership on land, and in Jamindar system, Jamindars only owners in that land. And in peasants, in the Raitwar system, peasants only owners. Excessive tax imposed on peasants, so they became poor, and also tax rates were frequently increased. But that they increased frequently tax. And next one is Mahalwar system. The Mahalwar system was introduced by Holt Mackenzie in 1822. Holt Mackenzie in 1822. Later, the system reformed during the period of William Bentinck in 1833. When it introduced Mahalwar system introduced, that Mahalwar system introduced in 1822, and where it was introduced, who introduced that Holt Mackenzie, who developed that system, that William Bentinck developed that system. It was introduced in Central Province, where it was first starting. It was introduced in Central Province, Northwest Frontier, Agra, Punjab, and Gangetic Valley. In this system, the land was divided into mahals. Each mahal have one or more villages. In this system, the land was divided into mahals. Each mahal have one or more villages. The entire village, the entire mahal was considered as a single unit for tax collection. The entire village was considered as a single unit for tax collection. Here the village the village headman or villages committee was taken responsibility to collect tax. In this system, in Mahalwar system, only that village headman or village committees take responsibility to collect tax, and they collect tax and send it to Britishers. In this system, ownership rights were given to the peasants. In this system, ownership rights were given to peasants. This tax rate was excessive, heavy in this system. This system got more provisions from Jamindars and Raitwar systems. Okay? Consequences of British land revenue. Thus the British implemented various land revenue policies in India during their rule. These policies affected agriculture sector. Mainly, these policies affected agriculture sector. Because of these policies, peasants faced more problems, more and more problems. For example, when farmers were unable to pay tax in the form of money before the deadline, they had to take a loan from moneylenders at a high rate interest. If they took loans from landlords to put land in their hands and took loans, and they do not pay on time, if they do not pay on time, they hand over their land. These revenue systems force cultivators to borrow money on the security of their land. If the cultivators did not pay tax, the Britishers, for the tax, they sell their land. Due to these systems, a new classes were emerged. Those are Jamindars and lords. As a result of these settlements, millions of people lost their rights, which were engaged in earlier. These are the important land revenue policies which were introduced by the Britishers during the period of the Britishers. You have any doubt?
No, sir.
Hello? Tilotama?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, you have any doubt that
No, sir.
this unit also completed, and
Yes, sir.
tomorrow we will discuss another block. This block,
Tribal revolts, sir.
tribal reverts. You will discuss about the tribal reverts,
Yes,
and
sir.
you in these lessons you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Hmm?
No, sir.
In last class you did not attend. Mr. What is your name, sir? Please.
Anurag, sir.
Anurag, you didn't attend last class.
Yes, sir. I haven't attended actually.
But tomorrow, please join. Okay.
We'll make sure to join, sir. Definitely.
Tell me any questions and doubts.
Definitely, we'll let you know, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Tilotama?
Yes, sir.
Tell me any questions. Last time you told I will read and ask, sir. Next time I will ask questions. A number of questions. So you said, I think.
Yes, sir. ఈజీగానే ఉంది సార్.
Yeah. This is easy subject.
Yes, sir.
ఇప్పుడు రివోల్ట్స్ వస్తాయి. రివోల్ట్స్ అన్ని రివోల్ట్స్ ఏంటంటే బ్రిటిష్ వారి ఇంపాక్ట్ వాళ్ళ మీద పడుతుంది. వీళ్ళు వచ్చి ల్యాండ్ రెవెన్యూ సిస్టమ్స్ అంటే ఎలాంటి వాళ్ళ పాలసీస్ ఎట్లా ఇదైనాయి, ఆ పాలసీస్ కి వ్యతిరేకంగా వాళ్ళు రివోల్ట్ చేస్తారన్నమాట. తిరుగుబాటు లైక్ 1857 రివోల్ట్. అంటే ఇక్కడ పీజెంట్స్ అని, ట్రైబల్స్ అని, ఇంకా డిఫరెంట్ సన్యాసులు అని, ఇంకా డిఫరెంట్ గా తిరుగుబాట్లు చేస్తారు. వెరీ ఈజీ కోర్స్ ఇది.
ప్రెసెంట్ రివోల్ట్స్ కూడా కవర్ అవుతుంది దీంట్లో.
సార్ లేదు, ఇది ప్రజెంట్ కాదు సార్. ఇది మనకి ఎక్కడ దాకా అంటే వన్ థింగ్ లిజన్ సార్ ప్లీజ్, దట్ వన్ మినిట్ ప్లీజ్. అప్ టు దళిత మూమెంట్స్ సార్, దళిత అండ్ బహుజన్ ఉమెన్స్ మూమెంట్స్.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's this first block over, sir. And second block about that the title civil and tribal revolts, sir. In that block, you should learn a lot of things about Sannyasi revolt and central and southwestern revolt, eastern and northwestern revolt, and next peasants revolts. And after civil and tribal revolts, you will learn peasant revolts. In this peasant revolts, Indigo and Pabna revolts in Bengal and Bihar, right? Mopla Tirigabatu, Tabago Tirigabatu, and All India Kisan Sabha. These issues also you will cover in block third. And left to revolution and working class movements. Working class movements means left wing. Communist Party and Congress Socialist Party, and working class movements, the role of the trade unions, and revolutionary movements of India. Last block, Dalita, Bahujan and women's movements. They have mainly up to this, sir, I think. Hello.
Okay, great, sir.
Okay, Dalita movements, especially covered in last block, Dalita movements, Bahujan movements, women's movements. Okay. Tomorrow, please join all the students. Okay, we will finish that second block.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, ఒక చిన్న హెల్ప్ కావాలి సార్.
Tell me.
యాక్చువల్లీ మాకు బుక్స్ ఇక్కడికి పంపించలేదు సార్. సో మేము ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ మాకు రిలేటివ్ ఒకరు ఉంటే పంపించాం సార్ అక్కడికి, యూనివర్సిటీ దగ్గరికి. ప్రెసెంట్ అక్కడే ఉన్నారు సార్. సో వాళ్ళు ఏమంటున్నారంటే మేము బుక్స్ ఇవ్వము, ఇంకా 2 months ఉంది అట్లా ఎట్లా చెప్తున్నారు సార్. మేము ఆల్రెడీ కనుక్కున్నా కూడా సార్ వాళ్ళు కూడా చెప్పారు మెటీరియల్ తీసుకోండి, మీ సెంటర్ కి పంపించినప్పుడు తీసుకోండి అని చెప్పారని కూడా చెప్తున్నా. వాళ్ళేమో రూల్స్ అవి ఇవి అని అంటున్నారు సార్. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇంకా ఎక్కువ టైం కూడా లేదు సార్. అంటే ఇంకా 2 months అంటే ఎక్కడ సార్, April 17 నుంచి ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉన్నాయి సార్. వాళ్ళు అలా చెప్తా ఉంటే ఇంకా మాకు మెటీరియల్ కావాలి కదా సార్. ఇది ఇందులో ఒకలాగా ఉంటుంది, మెటీరియల్ లో కొంచెం ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది సార్ చదువుకోవడానికి కూడా.
నేను అడుగుతున్నామ్మా, నేను సార్ని కనుక్కుంటాను. ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి, ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు మనిషిని పంపిస్తే అక్కడ యూనివర్సిటీకి వచ్చారు వాళ్ళు?
ఎస్ సార్, ప్రెసెంట్ అక్కడే ఉన్నారు సార్.
యూనివర్సిటీలో ఉన్నారా?
ఎస్ సార్.
అంటే యూనివర్సిటీలో ఉంటే ఏమంటున్నారంటే
వాళ్ళు ఇట్లా లేదు.
ఎవరిని కలిసారంట, పేరు చెప్పమను. ఎవరిని, ఏ సార్ని కలిసారంట చెప్పడు.
పేరు ఐడియా లేదు సార్. అక్కడ ఉంది కదా సార్, గోడౌన్ ఉంది కదా సార్, మెటీరియల్ ప్రొడక్షన్ హౌస్, అక్కడికి వెళ్ళి అడిగారంట సార్. వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ డైరెక్టర్ని అడగండి అన్నారంట. సో వాళ్ళ దగ్గరికి మళ్ళీ వెళ్ళున్నారు సార్. అన్ని మేము పేమెంట్ రిసిప్ట్స్ అన్ని చూపిస్తున్నాం. మాకు బుక్స్ అవసరం కదా సార్, ఆల్రెడీ క్లాసెస్ కూడా జరిగిపోతా ఉన్నాయి. ఎగ్జామ్ మేము ఎలా రాయాలి సార్? అంటే చదువుకోవాలి కదా సార్, బాగా చదవగలిగితేనే కదా సార్ ఎగ్జామ్ బాగా రాయగలుగుతాం. అందులో బుక్స్ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ ఓరియంటెడ్ లో అడుగుతున్నారు సార్. కొంత మ్యాటర్ కూడా టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లో ఉన్నది కొంచెం క్లియర్ గా ఉంటుంది, ప్రిసైజ్ గా, అంటే ఎంత అవసరమో అంత వరకు ఉంటుంది సార్. ఇదేంటంటే కొంచెం ఎక్కువగా అనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది, కొంచెం అర్థం కాని లాంగ్వేజ్ లో కూడా ఉంటాయి సార్ కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆన్సర్స్.
దేని గురించి చెప్తుంది నువ్వు?
అంటే రిమైనింగ్ అన్ని సబ్జెక్ట్స్ కి గురించి కూడా సార్, కొన్ని టాపిక్స్ దగ్గర టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ అనేది ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది సార్ చదువుకోవడానికి.
అవును సార్, అది మెటీరియల్ లో ఓన్లీ క్వశ్చన్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, దాంతో కొంచెం అంటే రిలేట్ చేయలేకపోతున్నాము. అంటే అది టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ ఉంటే ఒక ఫ్లో లో
క్లాస్ చెప్తూ ఉన్నా కూడా మాకు దాన్ని చూస్తూ మీరు ఒక ఆర్డర్ లో చెప్తా ఉంటారు. సో మాకు అక్కడ డౌట్స్ వచ్చినా కూడా మాకు అడగడానికి కూడా ఇంకా బాగుంటది సార్.
ఒక్క నిమిషం ఉండండి, లైన్ లో ఉంటే నేను కాల్ చేయొచ్చు కదా? అక్కడ డైరెక్టర్ సార్ కాల్ చేయడానికి అవకాశం ఉంటదిగా ఇక్కడ నుంచి?
ఎస్ సార్, మేము వాళ్ళకి కూడా కాల్ చేసాం సార్. డైరెక్టర్ వాళ్ళకి కాల్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు అసలు కలవలేదు సార్. నేను ఒక 2-3 వీక్స్ నుంచి కాదు సార్, ఆల్రెడీ ఆఫ్లైన్ క్లాస్ ఉన్నప్పటి నుంచే ట్రై చేస్తున్నాను సార్ బుక్స్ కోసం. ఇక్కడికి ఇవ్వరు, అక్కడికి పంపిస్తామని అసలు కాల్ కూడా లిఫ్ట్ చేసే స్టేజ్ లో లేరు సార్ ఎవరు. అసలు వాళ్ళు కాల్ దొరికితే ఆన్సర్ సరిగ్గా చెప్పరు, వాళ్ళని అడగండి వీళ్ళని అడగండి అని పెట్టేస్తారు. అసలు డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇలా మొన్న కాల్ చేసి అది పనిగా రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తే సరే పంపించండి ఇస్తామన్నారు. ఇప్పుడు వెళ్తేమో రూల్స్ మేము ఇవ్వము అంటున్నారు సార్.
లైన్ లో ఉంటావా మరి? నేను కల్పిస్తున్నా మరి సార్కి.
ఎస్ సార్,
లైన్ లో ఉంటావా లేకపోతే ఇది తర్వాత ఫోన్ చేస్తావా?
ఉంటాం సార్, పర్లేదు సార్.
ఇట్లా చేయొచ్చునా? ఫోన్ చేయొచ్చునా?
ఏం కాదు సార్, చేయండి లేండి సార్.
ఒక్క నిమిషం ఉండండి.
ఎస్ సార్,
ఆగుతాం సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
హలో,
చెప్పండి సార్.
ఎస్ సార్.
అయితే ఒక పని చేయమ్మా, తెలియతావా? నీ డీటెయిల్స్ నాకు కొంచెం అది అవటం లేదు, చూసినాను కానీ అవటం లేదు. నువ్వు డీటెయిల్స్ నాకు అంటే నీ పేరు, నీ అది నెంబర్ ఉంటది కదా,
అడ్మిషన్ నంబర్. అడ్మిషన్ నంబర్ సార్.
అడ్మిషన్ నెంబరు, నీ పేరు, అది కోర్సు, అది నాకు ఒకసారి మెసేజ్ పెడితే నేను సో సార్ ఇట్లా అని నేను మాట్లాడి నీకు సండే నేను ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇస్తాను.
ఓకే సార్, రేపు చెప్తారా?
సండే చెప్తాను, లేకపోతే ఇప్పుడు నాకు నీ ఫోన్ నెంబర్ కూడా
ఆల్రెడీ దీనికి వాట్సాప్ ఉంటే చెప్పండి సార్, దానికి పెట్టిస్తాను. మీరు ఆల్రెడీ లాస్ట్ టైం నంబర్ షేర్ చేశారు కదా సార్, ఆ నంబర్ కి వాట్సాప్ ఉందా సార్?
ఇప్పుడు ఉందమ్మా, దీనికి చాట్ బాక్స్ లో పంపించేసేయండి.
ఓకే సార్.
ఆ ఫోన్ నెంబర్ కూడా పంపించండి, నేను మళ్ళీ మీకు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇస్తాను. మొన్న రాసుకోలేదు అది సరిగా.
చాట్ బాక్స్ లో పంపించాలా సార్, లేకపోతే ఏ చాట్ బాక్స్?
ఏంటి సార్?
ఏ చాట్ బాక్స్ లో పంపించాలి సార్? అది
నా వాట్సాప్ ఉంది కదా సార్, నా వాట్సాప్ ఉంది కదా.
నా దగ్గర లేదు సార్ యాక్చువల్లీ.
ఇప్పుడు 1 minute.
షూర్.
అది నాకు పర్సనల్ గా పెట్టండి లేకపోతే. హలో,
మీ నంబర్ ఇవ్వగలుగుతారా సార్? మీ నంబర్ ఇవ్వగలుగుతారా?
రాసుకోండి. 99 89 80 73 86.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
అది నాకు మెసేజ్ పెడితే నేను మాట్లాడుతాను. సో పర్సన్ సార్, వాళ్ళు ఇట్లా జాయిన్ అయ్యారు, వాళ్ళు అడుగుతున్నారు సార్ అని నేను చెప్తాను. ఓకేనా?
షూర్ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
మీ నెంబర్ పంపించండి.
పంపించేస్తాను సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.